नहीं नहीं,
आप आए नहीं ना वहाँ तक, जगह आपको जगह दे देते हम। इसका कैमरा का है। हेलो, हम इसी चीज बोले हैं ना। मीना दे दो। अकेले आए हो?
नो नो,
अच्छी सीधे। हाय, हेलो।
with photograph. That's what I say. So class one I already had when I was flying. Then
हेलो। गुड्डी मुझे भी देख लो थोड़ा सा। हाँ, थैंक यू। स्माइल प्लीज।
Ladies and gentlemen, time 11 a.m. We start our meeting. Our quorum is complete, and we start our AGM for 2 minutes silence, please. Our first point is introduction of the new members. The next item is President.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And we guys, especially Admiral Vijay Shekhawat, our former legal chief, and patron Nehru Foundation, for gracing, as always, annual event today. I would also like to extend hearty welcome to Congress veterans who have come all the way from Delhi to grace the occasion. CRSO Captain Gaurav Mahajan, just for information, Watson was supposed to be joining us for PID and lunch. Yesterday evening, he was told to come to Delhi. And he assured that he'll find some occasion to meet them up whenever occasion comes. I wonder to know about the birth of the Nehru Foundation. In 1974, it was with the Nehru Foundation Mumbai chapter, thanks to Admiral S.P.S. Chima, the then CEC West, an MMC office was established in Newport Delhi on 30th November 2015. 5th Veteran Day Parade, 22nd Annual Memorial Lecture, T15 cricket match, and 5th Veer Naris and Octavians Get Together to celebrate Veterans Day were conducted with Elan this year in January. Our similar calendar for next year, that is in 2027, needs approval by headquarters. Be taken care in effective manner by in touch with them on daily basis. Now I'd like to introduce all our area cooperative committee members so that you know them by face and approach them to sort out Dr. Kanta Mukherjee, DCMS Navy. She is a mentor for all Veer Naris and a very active social member in her area where because of her efforts all the mangroves are being saved. So she is giving a big contribution. Then we have Dr. Ratna Mohindra, Sergeant Captain Ratna Mohindra. It's always good to have doctors in part of the community. So she is a principal medical officer for all the committee members and the spouses. And she is the first one to visit them in hospital whenever anyone gets admitted. And on her own, she visits the hospital in the evening and takes care of the veterans or the Veer Naris admitted there. And because of her networking with CEO and XO Ashwini, she gives them all the help. Thank you, ma'am, for your cooperation. And a noser engineer, some manner, he is Admiral Ramdas of Naval Academy, first naval course. He looks after western suburb, south. Then we have Commander Man Singh, staying in New Bombay, Kharghar. He takes care of veterans in New Bombay. And he also takes charge of all the Zilla Sainik camps which we hold in Kharghar on a monthly basis. Thank you, Man, for your service. Then Commodore Anand Singh also stays in Kharghar. He contributes a lot in taking care of all the veterans, and also he is the founder of all our Excel master directories, for which he took initiative on his own and got it done. Thank you, Anand. Then we have Commander Neville Marao, ace cricketer. Because of him, we won the first cricket match, but after that we have been losing the cricket match. Thank you, Neville. And then we have Commander Dinesh Rai, staying in Kolaba, part of our South Mumbai business. And he is always available on hand. Anything last minute in Kolaba or South Bombay, he is the one who helps me out. Thank you, Dinesh, for your service. And then we have fellow cheetah, Tony Chaco, stays in Goregaon. Also, our T15 cricket team vice captain. You are part of our China group. Thank you, Tony, for your services. We have Commander Surinder Paul on your left. He is right now taking the muster of all the dentistry and all. He stays in Thane, a very proactive member, and he supports his wife, the better half, Gurinder Paul, which I'll mention a little later on. And in line we have Commander Gulab Rai, our judge advocate of NFMC. He is a lawyer advocate, practicing advocate, and he helps out the veterans and hiding behind. Commander Kanan Ramdas, a fellow submariner from Hawaii. Thank you, Kanan, for taking care. And of course, Commander Sulakshan Kumar. He also stays in Hawaii. He also takes care of all the veteran PNRs in. Thank you, all my fellow committee members and extended family, for extending helping hand, because of which we are able to operate efficiently. In carrying out dignified last rites for the veterans as well as spouses when they leave us for heavenly abode. Wreath is laid by INS Hamla on behalf of Chief of Naval Staff and Commander-in-Chief, and also by our area committee member on behalf of Navy Foundation Mumbai chapter. We also get in touch with the Veer Naris to help her out in claiming the demise grant of rupees 40,000, as well as the other paperwork required after the demise. For demise taking place in Ashwini, Angre sends his provost staff to help out the NOK in all paperwork in Ashwini, as well as obtaining the NOC from the Kaf Parade police station. We have already promulgated check-off list for NOK on demise of a veteran, the contents of which should be made known to your spouse while you are still in good health. After the AGM, you can pick up hard copy of this booklet from the help desk outside. If you love your own spouse, which I am sure you do, please do pick up the family logbook also and ensure it is filled up and your spouse is made aware of its contents. It is a very important document where I find, forget about the sailor's wife, the officer's wife also are totally clueless about the investments, about the properties and other accounts and all. So it is your duty to make sure that you update your wife monthly basis, any changes taking place, and she is totally aware, so that in case of a demise of the spouse, at least she can be helped out. She knows where things are lying there. Director of Naval Veterans had also promulgated ESM handbook, handshake portal, which all veterans and VNRs are requested to register, as it contains all the useful information promulgated by Naval Headquarters, failing which you will be missing out useful information from DNV. DNV has already promulgated 24/7 IVRS helpline 1800 110412, which can be used for seeking solution to your problems in any matter. In addition, NAVPEN has also promulgated helpline numbers which could be used for any query, including SPERSH. We are indeed grateful to Ashwani for providing patient buddy, electric cart and online booking for seeing a specialist. They indeed are providing best patient care with a human approach to all of us, for which we are indeed grateful. As has already been promulgated, online booking for getting the rooms in IMSC and US Club can be done. In case of long stay of a veteran in Ashwani, we have got a hot plate and cooking utensils available in NFMC office for use in their rooms where permitted by Secretary IMSC. Few rooms in Sailor's Home, Sagar are also available in case IMSC and US Club rooms are fully occupied, which is the normal case. The procedure for booking has been promulgated number of times. Here I would like to gratefully acknowledge Chairman IMSC and Secretary IMSC in providing rooms during the difficult times when veterans get admitted in Ashwani. Let me once again reiterate that making of identity cards from Zilla Sainik Welfare Office should be done by you and your spouse, as it is the official Government of India identity card to obtain facilities and concessions from the state government, including exemption from property tax. You can now even apply online for making of Zilla Sainik card, the procedure for which has already been promulgated. Any help required in doing the thing online, you can always, CRSO has very kindly offered his services to help out that veteran or VNRE in case how to go about booking of online Zilla Sainik Office card. It is a must document because based on this document only the ECHS polyclinics can be upgraded. Basically they take the census from the Zilla Sainik office, how many veterans are residing in that area. So from category C to B to A will only depend upon when the people are registered. So it is in your own interest that you get yourself registered so that the better ECHS, upgraded ECHS polyclinic can come up. And this is also useful in creating a Zilla Sainik office in that area. So it is a must document, and before that you are supposed to get a service book, obtain service book from Director of Naval Veterans, the procedure of which has been number of times have been promulgated, and DNV is very helpful. If you approach him through the helpline, is very proactive in making sure that you get it ASAP. So service book, Zilla Sainik office card is a must. That you have made a will, if not already done. Any help required, you may contact our committee member, Commander Dulab Rai, advocate, practicing advocate, who is most willing to help out in making the will, keeping everything confidential. I had attended the Navy Foundation AGM GCM chaired by CNS at Cochin on 20th April this year. I will brief you about the salient points during the discussion on our agenda points. Thank you. Jai Hind. Before I invite DNV Commodore Sumit Kapoor to address the general body, which he has requested, I will request our Honorary Secretary, Captain Raj Datta, to read out his very, very impressive biodata. Thank you.
Ladies, check. The General Commodore Sumit Kapoor, Nausena Medal, was commissioned into the Indian Navy on 1st July 1994. He is a specialist in navigation and direction and an alumnus of 84th Foxtrot Naval Defense Academy, Kharagwasla, Staff College, Quantico, USA, and the National Defense College, New Delhi. A recipient of the Nausena Medal in 2016, he has been commended by FOCC West in 1998, GOCNC South in 2012, The officer was the best all-round Sea Cadet and was awarded CNS Rolling Trophy and Telescope during pre-commissioning training on board 1st Training Squadron. The officer stood first in long navigation and direction course. He has held several operational staff and training appointments in his naval career, including the command of Coast Guard ship Charlie 04, missile vessel INS V, missile corvette INS Kulish, and frigate INS Tarkash. The officer was commissioning crew of frigate INS Tabar, commissioned in Russia. Besides the sea commands, his tenanted staff appointments at the naval headquarters in Directorate of Plans, training captain, flotilla captain at Indian Naval Academy, Azimala, and CSO Ops at headquarters of the Naval Command. He was also the defense advisor to Sri Lanka and Maldives in 2010 to 2013. The officer's educational qualifications include a BSc degree from GNU, MSc from Cochin University, and MPhil in Defense and Strategic Studies from Madras University. The officer is married to Mrs. Sanjul Kapoor, who is a homemaker. They have two daughters, Mancha and Pavni. The officer is a keen golfer. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Commodore Sumit Kapoor, our Director, Naval Veterans.
Morning, esteemed veterans, ladies and gentlemen. It is such a proud privilege for me to be here today to speak to all of you, interact with all of you. I've seen many of you in my naval career, worked along with all of you, and it's such a great feeling to see all of you so hale and hearty, doing well, and in being such high spirits. So one really feels emotional when you see such senior veterans, and you look forward to your blessings every time one comes here. I am Commodore, Naval Veterans and Naval Headquarters. I am the headmaster of all naval veterans in the Indian Navy, both officers and sailors. And Navy has just given me one job, and I get paid for that, and that is to look after all of you. So I snatch every opportunity to leave the office and come and meet all of you here. I'm a keen golfer. I'm sure there are many golfers here. So I came here yesterday, and I have not played golf both Saturday, Sunday in Delhi. So you can imagine how interested I am to look after veterans, and I'm here talking to each one of you. At Naval Headquarters, right from the CNS, we are extremely committed and very serious about looking after the veterans. We all firmly believe that this white uniform is a temporary Navy, and you all are the permanent Navy, and we must invest and see to it that you all are comfortable. You all have given the best years of your life to this service, and now it is for us to ensure that your post-retirement time is comfortable, it's good, and whatever concerns you have, they get addressed timely and in the most expeditious manner. As you all know, the Navy has a Navy Foundation. We have 18 chapters all over India. And I think the Navy Foundation Mumbai chapter is probably the most active chapter among all the Navy foundations. And I think the credit goes to the President, his team, and also most important is all of you who all participate in these activities, come out in big numbers and support this organization, because more you support, more the veteran welfare will get looked after, and more interested we at NSQ would be to look after each one of you. So I really appreciate the numbers in which you all are here and the kind of work which Navy Foundation Chapter Mumbai is doing. It was so heartening to see so many members in various parts of Mumbai and doing such great work. So thank you so much. You really all help us to support our initiative at Naval Headquarters. When it comes to the veterans, I think two issues is something which concerns all of you. One is the ECHS scheme and the other is the SPERSH. Many years back, and senior veterans would know, the pension used to come to the bank, where the people in the bank used to decide if your pension is to be increased, some DA has to be put. I think it's been a great effort to centralize and have this PERS system where everything is getting done in the back end and you don't have to worry what is going on. There have been teething issues, wrong rank, wrong promotion, wrong data, wrong family's name, wife's name. But just give some time for the system to stabilize. I think the as-in cases is the one which is a little bit, we have less data. Otherwise, the things are getting sorted out. We have a captain rank officer as a naval liaison team at PCDF Prayagraj. Our Directorate of Pay and Allowances, NHQ, is constantly in touch with them. And all grievances are getting rectified in a time-bound manner. So it's a great system. It's a great system where, your family is listed, your wife will continue getting pension. And I think we just need to give it some time, and I'm sure it will stabilize. The SHS scheme is a good scheme. It has some challenges. There has been some paucity of funds in some stations. Some of the places, the number of polyclinics which you want are less. And in some places, the polyclinics is not having the required staff, the doctors or the radiologists. Work is in progress. I must tell you, our former CNS Advent Tripathi, he himself in the AGM which was attended in Kochi by the President also, himself was raised at the highest level that we need to strengthen ECHS, and I am sure the senior hierarchy will keep working with the government to ensure that every veteran gets the most deserved medical treatment, and the number of polyclinics will grow, their capacity will increase, and I am also very sure that this system will stabilize. As you all know, the Directorate of Naval Veterans used to be erstwhile DESA. You all have known it as DESA. 2024, we changed the name to Naval Veterans, maybe to get it more similarity with the Army and Air Force, where you call it the Army Veteran or the Air Force Veteran. We are the single point of contact for every veteran at Naval Headquarters. We have X-handle. Our main means of communication is the email. It is dnv@navy.gov.in. I find many times veterans try to get their grievances addressed through friends, course-mates, juniors, approaching some directorates of NHQ directly, and they get into some trouble, and then they start complaining that the grievances are not getting addressed. And I think this is the reason you must contact us directly. You just have to drop in an email from your smartphone that I have got this problem, this is my supporting document. At Naval Headquarters, we coordinate with all the directorates, whether it is the Directorate of Pay and Allowances, for your certificate of service with DOP, some ceremonial issue with DPS. We know in NHQ who looks after what issues. The directorates have been changing, charters have been changing. So don't try to reach out directly those people. Just reach out to us. There's a toll-free number, we have an email, we have landline, my mobile number is there. I get so many WhatsApp messages from various veterans, but I tell all of them, WhatsApp is fine, send us an email. When you send an email, there's a team, there's a staff, your grievance will get locked down, we'll note it down, it will get tracked, it will get followed up, and we will try to sort out the problem in a decent amount of time. Sometimes it takes more time. Some of the issues are extremely complicated. It is not easy to get answers to them. But just have faith in us, and if first time you send us an email, the issue is not getting resolved, you can always send me a WhatsApp that, look, I have sent an email on so and so date with these details. Please look into it, and I assure you that we'll try to do our best, because that is the job which is there of ours, the directorate. Another important issue is that while in service, you would have every month contributed to an organization called Indian Naval Benevolent Association. I find that many veterans are not aware that once you are retired also, there are so many benefits which you can get from this organization. Just to give an example, and I sincerely hope and pray that every veteran and spouse will reach the age of 100. But if there is a sad demise, we provide a grant of 40,000 rupees to the spouse or the child immediately. You just have to send us the death certificate. There are a lot of grants in case there are some special children. There are grants, education grants. If your child is in college doing graduation, post-graduation, you just have to send us the mark sheet of every year. We provide 22,500 rupees every year to kids who are going to college. So there are a lot of these kind of grants which I find that many times the veterans are not aware and you're not taking advantage of this. So please do that, and I'll come to later where you can find all this information. We recently had the AGM, the annual general body meeting of the Navy Foundation in Kochi. It's chaired by the Chief of the Naval Staff, and all the Navy Foundation presidents are there along with the headquarters staff. Some very interesting things got discussed. The ECHS issue came up from a lot of Navy Foundation chapters, and the CNS took note of it, and every effort is being put to ensure that this organization becomes strong and the veterans' welfare is looked after. We started something new. There are so many of you who are doing such great work for the welfare of the veterans, and we felt that we need to acknowledge that effort being put in after you left the uniform. And this time we started the system of felicitation of veterans who are doing very well towards veteran welfare by the Chief of Naval Staff. We had selected 7 veterans, including Commander Vadera is there, your president, and and we had a good ceremony there. The CNS presented an appreciation letter to Commander Vadera along with his coin and a small token. So I think that is something very important. I don't know why it didn't happen till now, but all the veterans who are putting such selfless service without getting any salary, any payment, any allowances, and going out of the way to look after other veterans, we must recognize them. And when you do that, firstly it will motivate many more veterans to support each other, and it also, I think, helps in increasing our bonds among the veteran community. So that is one thing we have started. Just want to tell you that Commander Vadera also talked about a toll-free number, that is 188 number is there. But just keep one number with you. It is 155306. 155306 is an Army helpline number. It is applicable for all the 3 services. You just dial 155306. It will get picked up. And some military police people are managing this number all over India. So if you are stuck somewhere, you have some problem, you just dial this number, the nearest army unit or somebody will reach out, and that is very important, especially for all of you, because being a naval service, we are very limited to the coastline and our stations. We don't have a reach all over India. If you are traveling to some place, so please keep this number. I've tried it myself, it works. Many times things get introduced, it won't work, it works. Somebody will pick up, somebody will direct you to military police, and some support will land up, or at least some issue will get put in the system, and the military police will contact our naval police, and some help will surely reach to you. So please keep this number in mind. One more initiative which we took up during this AGM, in the working level meeting, which was chaired by the Vice Admiral Praveen Nair, who is the Controller of Personal Services, that one unhappiness has always been there with the veterans, and that is the retired officer's INT card. As of now, the rule has been that the retired officer's INT card will be given to only those veterans who have completed their stipulated service, which means if you're a permanent commission officer 20 years and a short service, whatever you had signed off in the beginning. So a permanent commission officer who's probably taken premature retirement at 18 years of age, 18 years of service, was not getting the retired officer's I card because he's not completed 20 years. The Chief Controller of Personal Service decided that we'll try to make it for people who have completed 10 years of service. So this work is on. I'm sure in due course of time, some policy or something will come out. So it should address concerns of a lot of veterans which have been there. The Navy Foundation has a memorandum of association which guides how this organization will run. A lot of suggestions, comments have been coming from the veterans, and we are working on modifying this memorandum of association. Next few months, we will try to incorporate all the excellent suggestions which has come from everyone. A few words about grievance handling. I think the biggest challenge for the veterans is to get their grievances addressed. I've already said in the beginning, please reach out to us directly. Don't use other channels, because whatever channel you use, finally it comes to my table. So you might as well try to reach my table first rather than trying to, like they say in the Navy, have a circuitous route to reach me. Okay. Second thing is that we are working presently. It will take some time, and my intention is to have some kind of a app-based system on the internet, maybe on the WhatsApp or somewhere, where you can just put down your grievance and you'll get some kind of token number, like all these banks have to offer, and you can just keep that token number with you, and your grievance will get into the system. We'll direct the grievance to whichever agency it is, and somewhere we'll be able to get back to you. So we are trying to digitize this grievance handling so that it is more efficient. Just now we get some calls on phone, on toll-free number, on email, on WhatsApp, and there is always likelihood of some grievance getting missed out. So we want to create a system which is very token-based kind of thing, where you put up a grievance, you get a token number, and in future you just have to say, this is my token number, can you just tell me what is the status? So that we are working on. It will take some time, but today is the world of technology. We have already reached artificial intelligence, and we need to grow on our system of grievance handling, because that is something which concerns each one of you. Next, I want to just talk about some publication which we come up. Something which I tell all the veterans when I interact. At DNV, we issue large number of publications. We have Autodeck magazine, which is a compilation of articles which come from all of you. A very important magazine which we issue every year in January, and it is released by the Raksha Mantri during the Defence Forces Veterans Day. And just to inform you, the last CDS had passed this order. We are not going to call it Armed Forces. We have now started calling it Defence Forces because of whatever reason, because every police is also an armed force. So now the term being used is Defence Forces. And 14 Jan every year we have the Defence Forces Veterans Day, where this magazine called Sagar Samvad gets issued. Moment this magazine is issued, I put it on the WhatsApp in our Navy Foundation group for all the presidents, and I'm sure it is being shared with all of you. But I find that this information is there, but veterans don't read it. Today I've got 100 hard copies along with me when I have come, and I've given it to sir to distribute to all of you. There is some precious information in it on all aspects, whether it is ECHS, whether it is your pension, whether it is a grant from the INBA, how to fill demise grant, what is the format, everything is there. But somehow that tendency is there that I'll read the newspaper, I'll read every possible book, but I'll not read this 30-40 pages of book. And the reason I say is that whenever a veteran is in distress, some sad demise in the family, you just find the veteran panicking and calling up the whole world because the veteran doesn't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So while we're there for you, but we would like to channelize our energy into serious grievance handling than what I call adult education. For adult education, we publish this book. Please go through it. It is very simple. It will keep you comfortable. It will know the procedures. You will know what to do. You will do. Remember, we are there. I always say we are there for the veterans. When you are not there, we are there for your spouse. And after, send it to us. So it's very important to read this publication. They don't take much time. And once you read them, you will know the procedures, you know how things happen, and we'll be able to support you much better. I just wanted to convey, last thing, just keep my number with you. You can forget your spouse mobile number, but don't forget mine. Because when you need help, we're all there for you. Thank you so much. And let us know how we can help you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, very comprehensive talk. You don't make it so simple. I can see everybody paying absolutely attention to your words. They don't do that when I speak. Really, they are especially the army had a telegram group, which soft copy. And hard copy, whenever we have the agent, we have been providing it. Again, the hard copy is available. So he's very right. You prefer to read a newspaper, not that. Okay, so it is your bonded duty. If you love your wife, which I know your wife you love, you have to read and make your wife understand. And one more point, which last year also I said, most of our wives think they will kick the bucket first, including mine. So they say, anyway, I'm going first, so you carry on now. I can assure you, it can happen other way around, because it's very sad when she has not gone through it. Dr. Kamarpati was for my work, her husband, Sergeant Vice Admiral Mukherjee, who kept telling her, कि कांता ये पढ़ लो, कभी नहीं बाद में देखोगी. So she took almost 1 year to reconcile the whole thing. So imagine, an inspiring lady like that saying that this most of our Indian ladies feel that way. But please get out of that thing and tell your husband that you have to tell me. And your husband you need to make it. It's a very important point. That's why we are trying to insist. Thank you, Kamal Kapoor, for very, very nice comments.
Right, our next point is welcoming our new members. In the last 1 year, we've added 50 new members, making our strength to be 1,586. Out of those 50, 10 had opted to come and introduce themselves here. First one is Commander Om Prakash Verma. Is he there? Sir, please come here and introduce yourself.
Very good morning to all veterans. I am first time becoming member of this organization, though I have been thinking for many years after my retirement. I retired as a commander, and while in the Navy, I specialized in hydrography, and I was a charge surveyor. Served with many of my chief hydrographers. I stayed in Hawaii in Mumbai after my retirement. In fact, before retirement also, we have been living in Colaba only, except we had 2 appointments in Dehradun as deputy hydrographer and one at naval headquarters as deputy hydrographer and duties the chief hydrographers. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Vikuna. The next to stand by is Commander Shyam Sundar MS.
I'm Commander Sanjay Tikuna, and it's indeed a privilege to be part of this August gathering. I'm just retired and still staying in Nofra and enjoying this beautiful place. I'm a specialist in communications and electronic warfare, and also a specialist in cyber security and data centers. That's about me.
Anyone getting any scam, getting caught in any scam, please contact him. I'm sure he'll help you out. Thank you.
Commander Shyam Sundar MS.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Commander Shamsundar. I'm an engineer also.
Next is Lieutenant Commander Shankar Singh.
I took retirement from Naval Headquarters. Thereafter, I served as registrar at National Institute of Technology, Calicut, Kerala. And now I have shifted as registrar at University of York, which is opening campus in Mumbai, Power. So I stay in Power, and we are establishing new campus in Power. Thank you.
Commander Shankar Singh and then Nidhi Taneja.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Lieutenant Commander Shankar Singh, joined in the Navy September 1967 and got my commission 1983. Retired from Navy in 1997. Stay in Kharghar, Navi Mumbai. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Nidhi Taneja, is she there?